Welcome back, guys. This is Doug with Basement Level Magic. We're back for round 2. We won the die roll, so we'll go ahead and go first. Yeah, this looks like a great hand compared to what we've been keeping in match 1, so we'll definitely keep this. Alright, opponent mulliganed to 6 and then kept. So next turn we'll Sky Spawner, unless he plays something on the ground we want to block. Yeah, so Landfall makes that one a little tricky, but I think we still go with the Sky Spawner. Oh, that was a turn late. We could also Clutch of Currents and Mist Intruder, and then use the Halmar Tidecaller to get the Clutch of Currents back, which gives us a little more tempo. I think probably the Sky Spawner is the safest bet. As we can still always bounce something later. I think here we just take 3. Did not play a land, right? I know he did. Scatter's a pretty good draw. Wish we'd had it last turn with the mana up to use it. That being said, he's definitely going to get an ingest this turn unless we Clutch of Currents, and we missed our land drop, so best use of our mana. I'm going to go ahead and get in. Do I want to prevent? So he's blue-green. Everyone's blue-green this game. I think what I want to do is go ahead and bounce the Benthic Infiltrator and play the Mist Intruder this turn. And hopefully we can get out ahead of our opponent, especially if he really is stuck on mana, which I guess we're about to find out. Nope, he is not. Okay, Eyeless Watcher, so you went with something different. Do we want to do something different with the Benthic Infiltrator, like leaving up scatter mana? Don't know how many more lands he's holding. We do get a land this turn, but unfortunately it comes into play tapped. So if we want to advance the board at all this turn, we can still only play a 3 mana spell. But we could return the Clutch of Currents, play the Halmar Tidecaller, return the Clutch of Currents, and then next turn we could play 2 spells. So I think we get in for 4. I think the Halmar Tidecaller, returning the Clutch of Currents. And then if we draw, I guess if we draw a land, we can awaken and keep our land untapped. And if not, we can get rid of the Eldrazi Scion and use it as well. So our opponent did not. Just gonna block like this. The only way he would attack in is if he had a trick. I want to keep the Halmar Tidecaller alive if I can. Could have blocked another Scion. I forget the name. The card that adds the +2. Yeah, that one. 12 growth. So he's choosing to just get damage in. Which he did quite well. Now we do go ahead and hit a land, so let's see what we want to do here. So we could Clutch of Currents and Awaken. We could leave up Scatter to the Winds. And we could play the Valcut Invoker and leave up... No, not quite enough for that. So Tidecaller staying back for sure. So maybe get in with the 2 flyers and keep back... I guess we keep back the Tidecaller and... the land? Oh no, we used our Scion, so we traded our Scion away for one of his. So we actually are 1 less mana than I thought. Than I remember. In this case, I think if we're going to get in at all, and I think we need to, so we hit a Merc Strider and an island. I think what we want to do then is to go ahead and bounce his landfall creature. We'll awaken a mountain. And the chances of him doing 7 damage with 3 1/1s, or 3 1-power creatures is pretty low. Hits our Touch of the Void. That would have been nice. Probably to go to the face. So either tapped his mana wrong or he just hasn't decided what to do. Okay, so he has a blocker in the air. Alright, so just developing the board. That's a pretty good draw. So currently I can do 3 damage. And it's sorcery speed, so we got to do something now. I would really like to kill probably the Snapping Gnarlid, the Sky Spawner, and a Scion. Oh, we can only do 3 though, so. I suppose this is the way we want to do it. This may have been a little bit of a risky attack, but Breaker of Armies is a good hit. But I feel like we have to do something if we're going to win the game. And we've almost got him back to parity. If he wants to attack in with his Eyeless Watcher and Scions just to get an extra damage, I'm okay with taking 2 or 3, I guess it would be 3, to eat 1. It's just a shame our spells cost so much. Because I would love to have kept up the Scatter to the Winds, but unfortunately it just wasn't possible to do it. Nettle Drone blocks pretty well. Or we could potentially just leave up our Scatter. As it looks like this turn, if he attacks with more than just the Benthic Infiltrator, we're making trades. I think for that reason, probably we're better off continuing to attack in the air and playing some ground blocker, which I suppose the Valakut Invoker is the better of the two. Especially because I don't have any more colorless spells at this point that I can cast to activate the Nettle Drone. Although it is a guaranteed damage per turn. But Valakut Invoker will stay alive, can block Eyeless Watchers and Eldrazi Scions, or could trade with the Kozilek's Channeler. Let's go ahead and attack. I feel like I'll keep the Mist Intruder back and attack. Well, does that make sense? Let's say attack for 5. We might lose the Halmar Tidecaller this turn, though. Maybe we just attack for 3. And then play the Valakut Invoker. Gives us 3 blockers. We can trade 2 with the Channeler and leave the Halmar Tidecaller alive if we want. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was just gonna say, well, I wish I had left up Scatter to the Winds now, because that looks like an Ulamog. Well, that's something to keep in mind. So Drown of Hope can, however, tap down Ulamog. Which means we still need to attack. I'm definitely wishing I played the Nettle Drone now rather than the Valakut Invoker. Alright, so we want to go ahead and tap down Ulamog. And I suppose do we want to tap down the Benthic Infiltrator? Is there any reason to? So he attacks with the 4/4, I block with the 5/5. The 1/4 I can't block. I think we're just okay with that. So we can block Ulamog next turn, hopefully. So what does he return? Swell of Growth. Alright, so let's say we tap one thing down and we attack with everything. He can block 3 things. He blocks the 5/5, the 3/3, and the 2/3. So we get in for 2, which is not enough. Let's say we play the Kozilek Sentinel and the Nettle Drone, and we tap down Ulamog again. Or we could play the Kozilek Sentinel and keep up Scatter to the Winds, which is probably our best bet. Does it matter if we attack with the Mist Intruder? I don't think it does. Alright, so we pretty much have to win next turn. Alright, so what can we do? This turn I think we definitely play the Nettle Drone. We have to leave Scatter up, and we actually have enough mana to awaken right now. He has nothing that has so he doesn't have any. He has the one thing that can't be blocked, but he doesn't have anything else with trample. So I think we definitely want the Nettle Drone on the board. We want to attack with the Mist Intruder. We're one short of activating the Bell Convoker, right? Yeah, we're at 7. Alright, so we just have to chump block. Yeah, we have 2 cards left after he exiles 20. Opponent only has 2 cards in hand. I think we're in a precarious situation, but I think we can win this. Next turn, if he doesn't deal with the Nettle Drone and the Mist Intruder, we automatically win. We just need to live through the turn and keep those alive. So our least valuable creature right now is the Kozilek Sentinel. Our opponent's just dead. Alright, game. So, sideboarding against this rampy Ulamog deck. Pathway Arrows is another way to just continuously tap down Ulamog. So that's probably good. Do we want Rural Mage's Trick? Not really. Another Incubator Drone? I don't think so. Brilliant Spectrum? No. Spell Shrivel? We have one. Rush of Ice is a way to keep something tapped down. You gotta have a way to win, though. We never had to show our scatter. That was nice. I think probably we cut just... maybe a Cloud Manta? All of his creatures were pretty small. So I hesitate to cut like a Vestige because it can block pretty well. Maybe the Wavewing Elemental seems like a late game play that we might not get to if we don't hold down the ground pretty well. It's a pretty good curve, and the mana to cast almost everything. Yeah, that's a good hand. I'll keep that. Hopefully we get a couple ingests in before we need them. Yeah, perfect draw. We'll take it. Probably taking a couple hits from the Snapping Gnarlid. No landfall. Hit an island. That's nice. Probably take two more. Alright, so... 4 mana. We could just play the Vestige of Emrakul, which is probably what we should do. As the Vestige can start attacking in. Yeah. Get in our hits while we can. So he can block Mist Intruder and Snapping Gnarlid on the Vestige of Emrakul, but I think with him not being able to play anything, we're okay with that. So I think we just go ahead and attack with the Vestige. So he may even decide to take it. No? Alright. Yeah, I'm actually fine with killing a Snapping Gnarlid as well. I thought he would block the other way, I guess. That doesn't quite kill it. had one more mana, now I could Rolling Thunder and kill both of his creatures, but I am just a little short. So I think we'll just go ahead and keep up Spell Shrivel and Scatter this turn, and then ping him. He finally does go land. We don't have anything tapped, so. He's got something else planned for us here. No attack. Alright, so no land, unfortunately. We can Tide Drifter. Which untaps our Nettle Drone. And go ahead and do we want to clutch and get in? I feel like maybe we do. Just bounce the Gnarlid. I wonder if he... Yeah, I was gonna say, try and keep it alive, take the damage. This guy's for sure. Alright, now we can Rolling Thunder for 3 and kill both of his flyers. And he can prevent the 3. But we kill the spawn if he does. And that may be his only way of playing a 4-drop. It looks like it is. Yeah, not a bad one. So we can play, so we can ping. Play the Pathway Arrows. Untap the Nettle Drone. Let's see, so we can equip and then we only have 2 mana left. Which means we could use it. But I think probably we'll just go ahead and attack with the Mist Intruder and leave up the ping. This is renewal, that's a good one I'm glad he doesn't have. And yeah, we'll leave up our ping. So we can scatter something. Going stuck on mana, still put up a pretty good fight. Let's see what he hits. Hit our mountain. Our only thing in exile. I wanted to play a 4-drop, not a Gnarlid, but I suppose at this point anything is worth countering. He put in Dispel. And used it to save a Nettle Drone, that's funny. Set our opponent down to 5. I doubt he has a second Dispel. So he's at least on a 4-turn, well, 3-turn clock if nothing dies. Depending on what we draw. If we draw another colorless spell, we can speed it up a bit. Or if we drew our Touch of the Void, we could speed it up significantly win next turn. Clutch of Currents. So is that good enough to win? I think it is, right? So we go ahead and equip the Tide Drifter. We kill the Scion. Oh no, it's not. It's 1 short. But should be a guaranteed win next turn, as now the Nettle Drone just has to hit once. So he needs to kill both the Nettle Drone and the Mist Intruder and have a blocker. Or we win. And we can tap down the Benthic Infiltrator if we want. That Ruination Guide is irrelevant. Alright, we've won the match. So this has been match 2. We will be back for match 3. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Doug with Basement Level Magic.